everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So, what did I knew about this movie going in? Absolutely nothing. I didn't know who started. I didn't know when it was made. The only thing I sort of kind of knew that this is probably some kind of a Western, I assumed, and that is correct. And I like Westerns when they're good, but when they are bad, they can be some of the worst movie experience you can ever have. And save from a few select movies I've seen over the years, this just might be one of the single worst Westerns I have ever seen. But why is that the case? That's what we're gonna find out today. This is my review of A Fistfull of Lead. Well, at least they have a badass title to go with it. But otherwise than that, oh boy, this is gonna be bad. Two brothers and another outlaw. They rob the bank in this one-horse town. They also shoot a bunch of people on their way out and they escape with a lot of gold. But one of the brothers is hurt and they split up and then they're going to meet again in a mine where they're going to lay low for a while and then split with the bounty they took. But the new sheriff has organized a good old posse and is coming for them. Now, when this movie had been going on for like 10 minutes or something like that, I said to myself, wow, this is not gonna be good. One of the reasons why this is so horrendously bad is the acting. Every single line that every single character is trying to say in this movie is absolutely horrible. It's a horror show to try to get through this, because I don't know who are worse in this movie, the posse or the outlaws. Both of them are equally uninteresting, badly played, and unlikable as characters. You mostly want both of them to kill each other and hope that this movie is over somehow, but the movie just drags on despite being quite a short movie. The only character I actually liked was the British guy, because he was just so enthusiastic about being a part of a posse and being able to hunt down and kill dangerous outlaws. I liked him because at least he had some excitement to him. A Fistfull of Lead is an amateurishly made, cheap-looking, ugly-looking, boring, slow-moving piece of entertainment that doesn't entertain anybody. I didn't care what's going to happen to the characters. I didn't care if anybody was going to get out with this, gold thing. I do like the ending because it was so definitive, and that was like, wow. The movie is over. The movie is truly over now, and well, it was. Some of the violence in A Fistfull of Lead was a bit memorable, but it also turned out to be quite gimmicky, because I don't know how many times I can see blood being splattered on the camera lens before I realize you just did that because you wanted to be cool and cutting edge or whatever you think you are, but you're not. And as I said, the movie looks and it feels cheap. Now, a movie with a low budget doesn't necessarily have to look and feel cheap just because you don't have that big of a budget. But the movie bears all the insignias of an unfocused and unprepared filmmaker who's trying his best but simply doesn't have enough talent to pull this thing off. They try to get a little cute, towards half point of the movie where they introduce a bunch of new characters and hope that this is going to revitalize the movie. It did not. They're also trying to do a movie that sort of reminds you a little bit of The Revenant and Reservoir Dogs, and this story that they're trying to do, the combination of these two things isn't such a bad idea. And if they could have done an actually good movie, the story of Fistfull of Lead is technically not bad and could have been turned into a really good movie if it hadn't been bogged down with such horrible acting, such awful cinematography, such woeful direction, and such unlikable characters. You need a lot of talent if you're going to have characters that are unlikable to at least be relatable, but they failed to do that in this movie. Do I recommend this movie? Absolutely not. This is not even a movie that you could, see because it is so compellingly awful and the badness of it becomes a sort of quality of its own. Nope, nope, nope. This is not even one of those so bad that it is good movie. It is just a bad movie that is boring and sluggish and feels like it lasts for an eternity. At least, as I said, the ending of it was the best thing about the entire movie. Not only because it was an ending that I kind of liked and didn't see coming, it at least meant that we got to go home finally after having been subjected to this very, very boring movie for not that long of a time, but still it felt like an eternity. Bad actors, cheap looking, and generally speaking, quite an awful experience. I give A Fistfull of Lead 10 points. It does have one or two sequences here and there that does work, and as I said, the basics of the story isn't too bad and the ending was okay, but pretty much everything else absolutely sucks on every conceivable level. This is apparently somebody who really loves westerns, who wanted to do a western but was not equipped to do so. You should have a difficulty level of 5 and an execution level of 10, not the other way around. Or this does not even have an execution level of 5. I think this has an execution level of 2 or 1 or 0. Fuck, this movie is bad. So I'll see you next time for, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.